Hey everyone, today's video is all about how to tie a nocking point. A nocking point is a marker on your string that so you have a consistent place to knock the arrow on the string every time. Typically we'll have one above our knock and one below our knock. That way it keeps the arrow in place throughout the entire shot process. So we're going to show you how to do a tied-on one. There's a ton of different ways to do tied-on nocking points. There's also brass clamp-on nocking points and other ways of achieving the same thing. But these tied-on ones are easy to do. You can replace them really easily, at a tournament or at the range. And these ones are going to be adjustable, so you can twist them up and down the string and then later lock them into place once you find that perfect nocking point height. So the first step is you're going to take your bow square. You're going to clip it onto your bowstring, and you want the square to sit just on your arrow rest, or if you're using a shelf, just have it sit right on the shelf as the arrow would, where it's just barely touching. And then you'll want to decide where you want to start your nocking points. Typically 3/8 of an inch above 90 degrees is a good starting point for most people. If you're shooting bare bow or 3 fingers under, 1/2 inch is a good starting point for those archers. And what you'll do is you'll take a length of serving thread. I use BCY 3D. It's just, for me, it has the best diameter and feel to it for tying nocking points, so that's what I typically use. You'll cut off about 2 feet of that, and then you'll tie a single overhand knot to mark the location of your first nocking point. So once you have your first single overhand knot tied onto the string, then what you'll do is you'll go to the bottom of the string and you're going to tie a double overhand knot, cinch that down tight. And then you're going to go to the top of the string and tie a double overhand knot. And then you're going to go to the bottom of the string and tie another double overhand knot to the top of the string and tie a double overhand knot. And you're going to repeat this process over and over again, tying double overhand knots on the top and then on the bottom until you have enough length of your nocking point where you're happy with it. And when you're good with the size of your nocking point, you're going to tie a single overhand knot and then another single overhand knot on top of that one. You're going to cut the remainder of your serving material and you'll burn those ends down. Like I said earlier, you're going to want 2 nocking points on your bowstring. So how you figure out the distance between your top and your bottom one is you'll take one of your knocks, clip it onto the string, and that'll help you gauge where to start the bottom nocking point. And again, mark that location with a single overhand knot, and then begin the process of doing the double overhand knots on the top and the bottom of the string, alternating until you match the sides of the top nocking point. Cut it, burn it, and you're done. You have 2 nocking points that are adjustable. To adjust these nocking points, what you'll do is you'll just twist them up and down the string, and that makes tuning really easy when you get into that. And then again, when you find that perfect spot, you can just use a dab of super glue to lock them in place. So there it is, a super easy way to tie adjustable nocking points. I hope this video was helpful. We'll see you all in the next one.